side, his left jab, his left hook. Trying to set himself better to get leverage for his punches. Not as much empty movement. Sometimes he gets a little bit defensive-minded and doesn't set himself well. Defensively, he can't back straight out. He has to slip punches to the side to remain in a position to punch. From Richard Aguirre's point of view, he has the same problem that every Breland opponent is faced with. How to get inside of Breland's long reach. You can't just throw a single punch and lunge in. You must work in behind a jab or slip a punch, and that's what Aguirre is going to have to do. From the point of view of Aguirre, his style may be just right to make a good fight here because he can keep his hands moving on the inside. He is a good in-fighter, and Breland will have to try to tie him up on the inside.
Okay, let's take a look now at the tail of the tape. Both men are very young. Mark 22, Aguirre is 21. Breland with a big height advantage. He's 4 inches taller. And, of course, Breland has that enormous reach for a welterweight, 77.5 inches to 70 inches for Aguirre. So here we go. This one is scheduled for 10 rounds in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Breland in the white trunks and Aguirre, who has vowed to come out aggressively, in the red trunks. And it is Aguirre who does come out more aggressively than he has in the past, and the two in an exchange in the opening seconds of this fight.
Right there in those opening seconds, you saw the problem that faces all Breland opponents also. They have to be aggressive, but they have to be defensive-minded as well. They can't come in wide open.
And even though he has only the 4 knockouts, if you saw the open, as Breland comes through with a right hand and then misses with a right, he can put you down with one punch, just as Don Shiver, what happened to Shiver in Norfolk, Virginia.
Off of his past performance, Aguirre likes to stay on the outside, move in when he wants to, then move back out. He can't do that with Breland. He's going to have to be more aggressive, have to move inside to stay out of range of Breland's bombs.
1 minute into this fight, Breland with a right, follows up with a left hand. And another right hand from Breland. 6'2", Aguirre at 5'10". So it's quite evident the height advantage. We talked about the difference in reach. Scoring in Pennsylvania is on the 5-point must system. 3 judges at ringside doing the scoring. Joe O'Neill and Carter. Pull back, down goes Aguirre here in the first round. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect, and that all is academic now because he is not getting up. Mark Breland, with a little bit more determination in his eyes at the outset of this fight than I'd seen in a while. He is sensitive to the criticism that he has not been flattening opponents. He's been sensitive throughout his early pro career, and he has an answer of sorts for those critics today as he takes out a man in less than 1 round who had come in unbeaten. So Mark Breland summarily dispatching Richard Aguirre here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the first round, just past the 1 minute mark. And we'll take a look now. 1:33 is the unofficial time here in the first round as Mark Breland puts Richard Aguirre down for the count. Another look.
From Breland's point of view, Aguirre was the perfect opponent. There's the right hand that got him in trouble, put him down. He was the perfect opponent because he was not defensive and survival-minded. He came in aggressively, and when you come in aggressively, as we pointed out, you are open to getting counter-punched or getting hit, and that's what happened to Aguirre. He was very slow getting off that left. I mean, he did not even really start the left hook before Breland beat him to the punch with the right. One more angle. Watch Aguirre load up with the left hook. Just bring it back to try to throw it, and Breland just beats him there by a day and a half.
Lou Duva, working in Breland's corner, was saying a couple of hours ago he hopes that Aguirre does not come out as a safety-first fighter. He said if he doesn't, you'll have a chance to see what Breland can do. And Aguirre, as Alex referred to a moment ago, did not think about safety first by any stretch of the imagination, though I'm sure he wishes he had at this particular moment, because there he sits in the ring, having gone down for the count. And we'll have more boxing action coming your way from Lancaster, PA, but a very impressive first-round knockout for Mark Breland has taken place here.
Play stick deodorant and solid antiperspirant.
All I could say, all I could remember, get this guy out the way, and the way will be paid for it. I didn't think Clay won the fight, the second fight, not at all. The fight in Manila, my eyes were closed. I couldn't continue. Then I think he won that with no question. I'd like to have one more fight, just one more.
With a left followed by a right hand, and that wrote a very quick and orderly finish to this scheduled 10-round welterweight confrontation in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I'm with Mark Breland right now. Did you suspect before the fight a quick or first-round knockout?
No, I expected much tougher fight from him, but what happened during the first round, well, in the first round I started jabbing him, and I was concentrating on the jab, and I noticed him jumping in. So I would jab and step back, and I feinted a few jabs, then I came over with the right hand, he ran right into it.
After you saw what he was doing initially, did you then think about going for the first-round KO?
No, but it was there, when that opportunity knocks, might as well take it right then and there.
I mentioned I was talking to Lou Duva a couple of hours ago. He was hopeful that Aguirre would not come out and be safety first. He felt that if he came out aggressively, we might see a different Mark Breland. Do you feel that the pace dictated by the opponent has, in a way, dictated the way you have fought in the past?
Right. Most of the guys I fight, would run because I guess they have in their mind, I'm not going to get knocked out. So if you have that in your mind, you're not going to get knocked out. But if you say, well, I'm going to go at him, that gives me the opportunity to connect better with my punches.
Okay, Mark, now look at the monitor here. We're going to replay the knockout, and you tell me what you're thinking about in the moments just prior to it.
Well, right now, I was sticking the jab in, and as he was jumping in, I noticed he was jumping with his hands down. So I was just trying to really just step back with the jab. After I jab, step back and catch him coming in right there. And he was on his way in after I stepped back with my jab, because he was trying to follow my jab as I stepped back. So I just came right over with the right hand.
Did you expect him to stay down for the count at that point?
Well, I ran into the wrong corner. And then the referee looked at me and said, get back in the other corner. Then I noticed him trying to get up, then he rolled over, and then I figured that was it.
Do you look at it this way in any sense? Do you feel this is an answer of sorts to those who say Mark Breland doesn't have that much punching power, can't knock people out?
Well, if they notice all the fights, a lot of guys were running from me. Those who came right at me, I can connect better with punches. But this is one of the examples that can happen.
Okay, you're 10-0 now, and you have been a professional for 16 months with 5 knockouts. What next for you, and how soon would you hope to get into a situation where you would be fighting for a title?
Well, I'll probably be fighting again April 12th sometime. I don't know the opponent as of yet, but I would say about a year, maybe a year and a half, who knows. But once I'm mentally I'm ready, but physically stronger, I'll be ready to go.
A short day's work, but very impressive, sir. Thank you for the visit.
Thank you very much.
Mark Breland, the winner. Let's go to Alex Wallow now.
I'm here with Lou Duva. Lou, could you tell me what your reaction was to Mark's performance today?
I thought he was terrific out there. I mean, we told him to keep him at the tail end of this jab. He sees the opening, let the right hand go. That's exactly what he did. He boxed beautiful out there. He set him up with the left hand, come back with the right hand, and Alex, anybody hits with that right hand now, the way he's got his balance put together, he's going to knock out anybody. Any welterweight in the world he's going to knock out.
We said at the top of the show that Mark's progress has been behind those of some of his other Olympic teammates. How long do you think it's going to take Mark to catch up and be ready to fight world-class opposition?
Well, right now, the way he's putting his balance together, which was the main thing we were concerned about, I think by the end of the year, well, right now, in fact, we can fight anybody in the first 10, but more so, by the end of the year, I think we should be right in the title picture.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mark Breland has won here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and interested onlooker is Jerry Cooney at the moment in training here in Pennsylvania, Dutch country. He has looked on, as has this crowd at the Americana Host Farm Resort. A first-round KO for Mark Breland, and we'll be back right after this.
Love your work and the truth you pay. Who said can't have lightning?
About your willingness to pay the price necessary to become heavyweight champion. Are you 100% committed to your boxing career right now?
Well, everybody's talking inactivity. I feel in great condition, and I'm looking forward to fighting this afternoon against Eddie Gregg, and let's see what happens.
How close are you to your peak physically right now?
I feel in condition. It's important to peak fight day, and today's fight day, so I'm be peaking.
If you win this fight, will your next fight be for the title?
Well, I take it one step at a time. Right now it's Eddie Gregg, and we'll move on after that.
We'll be back in about an hour for the fight, but right now let's go to the mini marathon from New York City.